Okay, here it is, guys. There's no images, there's no nothing. This is just my thoughts on NXT. Maybe I might say a couple of things here, but I've done this video a couple of times already because I had to really think in the context of what does this show give. Because it gives a reaction, but not the one I think WWE is going to want. Yes, people are going to say, oh, NXT looks so different, so fresh, so new. Raj Giri of Wrestling Inc. And I believe the guy's name is Farmer, the one who always does Run is, oh yes, we are going to get something good. I can't remember his first name. Raj Farmer or Jake Farmer. They both theme a lot for WWE. Period. Particularly sometimes to Raw, but mostly for the entire product. And I look at them. Then I look at Just Alex, and I look at JD, and a lot of people are not too fond of them. Then you look at Solomonster. I also look at what he says. And I'm looking at all of this, and I'm trying to come to the context, what the hell did I just look at? And this is what I get. NXT is but Flash. That's what this is all about. Flash. And I know a lot of people will say, dude, what is wrong with you? Didn't you see the show? Didn't you see how the wrestlers were being treated? Ciampa just won the championship. They spotlighted a lot of new talent. They spotlighted current talent. They're still keeping stuff around. No. Guys, if you really look at NXT, yes, crowds cheered for it. But also there was a lot of canned pops in it too. There was also canned heat. Vince made very sure that when you looked at that show, that the most apparent thing is that the show was the most important thing, not the fans. He showed them, but it didn't really matter. He wanted to perceive that this show was fresh, it was new, it was flashy. That's what he faced here. That's what he put as a face. It didn't make a difference about the fans. It didn't make a difference about the wrestlers. This was about Vince's vision of making his developmental be as flashy as possible. And that's when the heart goes away. Because if you look past all the flash and the fans there are treated as something so new and so fresh, they're going to cheer. Particularly that some of the people that love in NXT, like Ciampa winning, was important. Imperium getting over was important. That was highly important. Mandy Rose, who was mostly cheered, and going from platinum blonde to probably her natural hair color, they were mostly cheered. If you go past that and you really pay attention what's in front of you, you have an extremely flashy show that's going to show more of the wrestlers that Vince wants than anything else. Bronson Baker is a prime example of that. Van Wagner is a prime example of that. Because, yes, they've already been in the Performance Center a little bit because they've been hired. But when you really look at it, those are the ones Vince wants to push. That's the reason why Wagner won his match. And that the former Eli Drake, Eli Knight, had just done 2 matches for no apparent reason and lost to both of them when Eli Knight, who has worked in MLW at one point, I believe. No, not MLW. He easily worked in Impact Wrestling. He worked in Hollywood of Wrestling. I think Hollywood. I can't remember the name of it. Hollywood of Wrestling, the one that's out there. He's worked in many companies. He is a very seasoned wrestler. You could have given him the title of NXT because he is that well packaged. He has everything that Vince he says he wants. He's not a small guy. He's got the gift of gab. He knows how to wrestle well enough, a style that Vince would want. But look what happened. He didn't job once tonight. He jobbed twice. And he went from doing a program with Ted DiBiase and Cameron Grimes to now jobbing twice in one night. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong about LA Knight. Because there was no reason for him to work that match. You could have had Braun Breaker going that because he won his damn match. But no, you threw Eli Knight in there to job twice in one night. Then you look at Hit Row, and you look at B-Fab, who honestly does not feel like she's ready. She went and did that match, and it was the most sloppiest match I've ever seen. If Triple H was running it still, he wouldn't have her work that match. She's not ready. And you could see from the match quality she had when she kicked the ass of that girl, made it quick. It just felt like crap. Rockstar Spud, now known as Drake Maverick, went against Holland and was annihilated by him. Mind you, he's supposed to be annihilated by Holland. But you look at how most of these people worked. This is not about the current roster anymore. This is about the roster that Vince has looked over and saw certain people that make sense to him. Look at Mandy Rose. Now, Mandy Rose has already been spotlighted since she came to NXT. There's no lie about that. But I can see Mandy Rose going forward as the most important woman there. It will happen. Gonzalez is not going to be the most important person. Dakota Kai isn't. It's going to be Mandy Rose. You could see how Vince structured this show. From the lighting of the show, the music that was played constantly. Every time when something was done, it wasn't always the wrestler's music for the intro and outro. It was the new music for NXT. And I know people would say, well, he wants people to really get used to it. It's not the point of getting used to it. It's the point that you have to make the people who's wrestling for the promotion, in this case, for NXT 2.0, mean something. And they didn't. NXT 2.0 means more than the wrestlers does. There's no feeling here. Fans cheered. Fans mostly booed. Or there was no sound at all, and then you can see and hear familiar sounds in canned heat or canned pops. Not saying they didn't cheer, but honestly, I look at this show, and I look at a show that has no heart in it, not because the people didn't cheer for it. It's because it's all flash. Flat out flash. If one of my subscribers, I left a message for him saying that I'm going to do a review of this. I'm going to review it. Now, mind you, I haven't really said that much about the show. And particularly, I haven't talked about the wedding yet. But I'm telling you now, this is all flash television. That's what this is. And let's get to the wedding of Dexter Lumis and Hartwell. Now, this has been going on for a while. This isn't something that has not been done. This has been going on for quite a while now. That Hartwell as well as Dexter Lumis has had some type of relationship. It was there probably around the time when NXT moved from the network over to USA. And remember, and this is what people are not going to listen, Vince was already in charge. When it moved from the network to USA, Vince was already in charge and had already made the decision for Dexter Lumis and Hartwell to be together, even if they hinted at it because of Triple H possibly building it up to hint. This situation, Vince did this, not generally Triple H. Vince built it like this, not Triple H. So when you look at this wedding ceremony, which was not over the top, but beyond over the top silly. It's all totally over the top and something that they would do on the main roster. Guys, when you hear most of the people during the night, including here at the wedding, it has been heavily rehearsed. They got notes. They had to, you looked at Hit Row and hear how they were trying to talk, and you hear B-Fab talk. She was heavily rehearsed, and she didn't sound good. Diamond Mine, when it came to the, what was the guy's name? The Ken brothers, or I forgot the name of them already, because I don't watch NXT. They were extremely rough. Those guys are what Vince is looking for. That is the reason why they destroyed 2 damn jobbers beyond stink. This is Vince's vision. Very flashy show that really, when you look under it, has no substance. And hearing can heat and can pops, and I heard them. And if you looked at the show yourself, watch it again. When you looked at the 6 women tag and the women's tag, and then we go to the 6 women's tag, Vince made sure the camera work did not focus totally on the people in the bleachers, for the simple reason a lot of them were not clapping, were not cheering. Only certain parts were cheering, so he focused only on certain parts of that group of people, because the majority of people didn't clap. They just sat like this. That shows you that this is all flash, guys. Dexter Lumis and Hartwell are married not by a priest, but by Beth Phoenix, who did an online, supposedly, she knew this was going to happen, so she became a clergy online within the next few weeks. Really? Guys, I'm not watching this again. It's not the point that it's horrible. People are going to think that it's actually fresh and new, like I said. But they don't want to see beyond substance. They want to see flash. They don't want to see substance. This is Vince's vision. Flash. With no feeling. And the only thing he has to do is pump in a lot of canned heat and canned pops, because that's what he's done on the main roster, because that's what I heard. I'm done. If you guys liked it, give me a like. Give me a subscribe. If you think I'm a hater, kiss my ass. I'm not saying my regular subscribers. Anyone else that comes here, kiss my ass. I'm not a hater. I watch AEW, Impact Wrestling, NWA. I do reviews on them. All of them, including WWE, whenever they do the pay-per-views. I'm not a hater. I'm just being straight up honest to you. You're going to like it. For those who think I'm a hater, you're going to like it. I know you're going to like it. But will you look beyond the flash? That's going to be the question. If you see exactly what I've seen, you'll understand that Vince wants this show to be as flashy as possible. And he's going to, in the next couple of weeks to the couple of months, phase out everybody you just saw. Ciampa, Gargano, Pete Dunne, Imperium maybe will go to the main roster, but he's going to phase them out as quickly as possible. Either they're going to go to the main roster or be released. One of the two. I'm just saying. Peace.